No, for the people that they meet us outside, the bullets inside. In the property we live, when you have managed to buy your own property, even certain people that buy their own property, but is you have neighbor above, below, left and right, you know what I mean? These kind of things. I understand when certain people do anything to be rich, you know what I mean? When they can buy one house, you don't have front door neighbors, back door neighbors, left to right, up and down. I do understand. I'm talking about, like, you know what I mean? You got your own couple rooms, you know what I mean? So you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You don't have nobody on the left or on the right or above or below can hear you. But most importantly, you know what I mean? The front door keys and all that, you know what I mean? You never know who got the spare key. Squatters nowadays, you know what I'm trying to say to you? And even some people we live with, you have to be careful with them. People nowadays are so strange because of money, angriness, and hatred business. He does this, you don't do this. She does this, you don't do this. You become enemy. You know what I mean? It's FABRICE Lundamo. You know what I mean? YAITCH. The new name nowadays is YAYA KOKO F4. You know what I mean? When I have something to say, I always like to say. You know what I mean? Because certain people, they find another way of saying this kind of things. They use all this application around the website, even some adults websites or wherever. You know what I mean? So haters and all that. Because you know certain people sign agreements. You know what I mean? Basically, like you see nowadays, the rainbow business, you know what I mean? The anti-Semitic business, you know what I mean? Over there, the Palestine Israel business, religion, Muslim, Hinduism, Christianity, you know what I mean? Kimbanguism, you know what I mean? Buddhism, all these churches around, you know what I mean? The world, you know, it's crazy. But what I just recently realized, that certain people, even members of the family, even friends, even neighbors, certain people, they can't be trusted. You know what I mean? Certain people, they can't be trusted. You know what I mean? Because we live in the era when, you know what I mean, everything is permitted, everything is given freely. You know what I mean? I mean myself sometimes it shook me so much, you know what I mean? Everywhere I go, you know what I mean? Sometimes I don't even click nothing, I don't even search for that, see nakedness all around, you know what I mean? Fake information, you know what I mean? And certain company, they say they do this, they don't do this. Certain organization, you go there, you see the work and they work there. If you are this person, you know what I'm saying? The world is a bit changed. Me, I grew up in the era where I think people were acting more wiser and the people were more clever. And nowadays, I don't know if all of us become loose or something. Yeah, I'm seeing people, you know what I mean? People that expect to live well, see them looking dirty, and you wonder, is this person a mad or a fool? Or no, they're not fool, they're not mad, but still that dirtiness is agreeable. Like last time I was watching on the news, certain area, certain area, dirtiness where people complaining they're not taking the bin out, you know what I mean? The bin collector and all kind of things, and I'm walking on the street, I see people walking like zombies. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Organization, you know what I mean? I'm living in England, I'm talking to people in English. You know what I mean? It seems like I'm speaking foreign language to somebody born in this country or to somebody, you know what I mean? Grew up in this country or to somebody, you know what I mean? Who perhaps came from another country, you know what I mean? They speak English and that. But you just, in here, you just, did I say A, you taking it as O, or did I say B, you taking it as H? Or, you know what I mean? Misunderstanding between us. You know what I mean? Or the world has changed. Today, as I was mentioning earlier on, if you check my few of my video, you know the wall separates neighbors. Like you see like in this estate, in this personally, in this Joffrey house, which is this building that you see I live. You see from there, you know what I mean, from there to there. But if we have to talk about the state, we'll talk about even over there, you know what I mean? Even over there, even over here, you know what I mean? Even over here, you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah? In this estate. Now, you see, like in this block where I live, my door is number 16. Now, over there, we got number 17. Over here, we got number 15. Above, we got number 28. Below, we got number 4. Yeah? Now, you see, the wall separated as neighbors. It's such a wall that, you know what I mean? Your ear can penetrate. your earring sense can penetrate, you know what I mean, to the next neighbor. So constantly, you know what I mean, as I sit down here, I'm hearing, especially in my bedroom, I'm hearing the next neighbor's communication. I'm in my kitchen, I'm hearing the next neighbor communication. I'm in my bedroom or my living room or even my toilet, my bathroom, I'm hearing above. You know what I mean? I'm everywhere, you know what I mean? I'm hearing below. You know what I'm saying? The wall is not strong. You know what I'm saying? Like recently, you know what I mean? I have to check below my bathroom. Because I was wondering, I say, this bathtub, the tank, you know what I mean? It's close to the neighbor there. And there is like a wood, you know what I mean? Covering. So I don't know, you know, I open that wood there, you know what I mean, to check the inside there. You know what I mean, to check the wall separately. And I see a bottle with, so I don't know if it was piece, you know, some piece in the bottle put it there, or I don't know if it was a petrol, or I don't know what it was, some liquid. That was in 2022. No, 2020. Right? No, you see on the wall of the kitchen, the cupboard and all that. You know what I mean? So I was wondering, like, you see this wall, this cupboard, you know what I mean? I don't know what separates us. You know what I mean? The wall separates us, but the cupboard is close to the wall, and now the wall is facing, is separating me and the next neighbor. So below there, I was curious. I need to open. I need to see the limitation. I need to see the wall that's separate. I need to see the wall. And surprisingly, when I open below the cupboard and all that, I see some holes. You know what I mean? Some holes, and I see some waters as well. You know what I mean? It's like it's coming from the neighbor there. You know what I'm trying to say to you? And what even surprised me as well, I was reading one website. You know, like these people, they think they're so clever. They're doing stupid things and they think, do you understand that? So they send me some messages on Yahoo. I say hello to Mama Nadesh. You know what I'm talking about? They send me a message to Yahoo. I was checking, you know, Yahoo, the website, the email website, yahoo.com. You know what I mean? Mine, you know what I mean? I use that. No, I was reading there, about the president of Nigeria. He said that his wife belonged to the kitchen. The same time, me, I was in my kitchen as well, you know what I mean? Opening the cupboard. You know what I mean? And while I was doing that, I was reading the email. You know what I mean? And I see Yahoo is giving me that. You know what I mean? I just realized, I say, yes, I must have a snitch who around the area who understand me my kitchen. You know what I mean? And I'm checking kitchen. And then they're talking about kitchen, but it was the president of Nigeria, President Buhari. Yeah? The past president thing. The one just lost election recently, something like that. You know what I mean? I was in my kitchen checking the wall below there, the cupboard. So I was wondering, why would this cupboard, you know what I mean? I'm not able to see the wall that's separate me and the neighbors. You know what I'm trying to say? And I was opening the cupboard below there, you know what I mean? But while I had my phone, because I needed to use the torch, listen, on my phone. And then the email was there, because before that I was supposed to read my email. But while I was in there, you know what I mean? I turned the torch on and I'm checking over there. But at some point when I realized all these holes and all this, you know what I mean, liquid and all that, you know what I mean, I opened my I deactivated the torch, you know, because I wanted to see below there. By the time I deactivated the torch, I see they said you know what I mean, it was like a news or something like that. You know what I mean? Say, for example, he said that his wife belonged to the kitchen. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? I came outside, but I see that woman there. One woman was over there. You know what I mean? And I just realized this woman is communicating with these people or something. Or, you know, I'm trying to say, or is you who's sending me this kind of message? No, that's what I wanted to say to you guys. You see me personally as you see me here. Do not send me any message about your society. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in your team. I don't give a damn. You know what I mean? I'm a free man. You know what I mean? I live my life. I'm a big man as well. Very, very grown up. Adult. You know what I'm trying to say to you? FABRICE Lundamo, YAYA, KOKO, F4. No, I know certain people who for society, team tire. I know certain people are anti-Semitic. I know certain people go there in strange region. I was not chopped. I was chopped. I was grown up. I was not grown up. I was skinny. I was fat. I was black. I was white. I'm Catholic. I'm this religion. Patatik, patata. It's right. Dot. You know what I mean? But the truth is, me, I'm a grown up. You know what I mean? I'm older. I don't give a damn. I am me. I am not a slave to anybody. And I prefer not to be a slave. And I won't like to be a slave. And you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? And to be honest, you know, certain people, you know what I mean, they think I should be in their team, you know what I mean? They're proposing to me, join our team, you know what I mean, be our team members or whatever. Listen, leave me alone. What? But basically, me personally, as you see me, when I see such funny things that I do not like, you know what I mean? Because I know I'm not the only one on earth. There must be someone else like me, some people else like me, like myself. You know what I mean? They might go through this situation. The fact that I don't like it, I'll let it out. If you find yourself in this situation, remember, me too, I was in this kind of situation. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Because I realized that I say, when I move in this property, there's holes on the seat, you know what I mean? On many corners, holes, you know what I mean? Even the wall separating my living room and my bedroom, there was some holes in there. You know what I'm trying to say to you? No, one of my big man, Rudolf Himmler. You see Rudolf Himmler knows me well, you know. He thinks he knows me. But me, Rudolf Himmler, nobody knows me on this planet Earth. Even parents that gave birth to me, nobody knows me. I am me. Trust me. You know me as we talk, as we sit down, we spend time, you know me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like I see one guy say to me when I'm laughing. No, it's not one guy, it's my aunt. One of my aunts said to me going back in the days when I was a toddler. He said when he closes his eyes, he's awake. When his eyes is open, he's sleeping. You know, but one of my auntie, she's alive. She said that to me back in the days. She said when he closes, when this monkey she talk about monkey. She said when this monkey close the eyes, he's watching. He can see. When this monkey open his eyes, you see the monkey's eyes is open. That means the monkey is sleeping. Instead of the monkey's eyes is open, he can see. The monkey's eyes is closed, he can't see. But the monkey, that's the reversible way of things. You know what I mean? Now, that's just an example. Like the one guy said to me, when I'm smiling, I'm angry. When I'm not smiling, I'm happy. I'm smiling. Yeah, that's what I said to you. The reversible of things. But me, I don't live in a reversible way. This me, I live in the straight way, like it is, like, you know what I mean? When I say A is A, you know what I mean? But when I want to use Babylonian, usually, you know what I mean? It's not the language that I grew up with. It's not a language that I was told, I was teach. It's not a language. Perhaps I don't even want to be on that kind of language because I find it language of liars. You know what I mean? Language of haters. You know what I mean? Because the true person. It's like recently I said to one guy, I said, you see this person going through bad stuff. Now you're trying to be a teacher. You're trying to be a goodwill person. Go tell the person, you see the way you're behaving is not good, you know what I mean? You're supposed to stop this way, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You need help, I can give you help on this way, blah, blah, blah. But you talk it to the person like, you better leave doing this, you better just leave. But instead of saying, what you're doing is not good, stop doing what you're doing. Yeah, let's say. Now, you know this kind of people, you know what I mean? This kind of people, what they trying to do? They're haters. Now, what they're telling you is they're insulting you, but you don't understand. But somehow, if other people let you understand, now them they're gonna try to be your friend and they're gonna say, we were telling you this. You understand? They're talking indirectly, but that indirectly is an insult to you. If you do understand that, then they know where you stand. You see, people know me sometimes I'm ignorant. I do understand this is a hater. The way you're talking, you're a hater, but I don't wanna answer you. You know what I mean? Because I don't wanna be with you. I don't wanna agree or disagree regardless of what, if you're wrong or right. I don't have no opinion. You understand? No, but nowadays I realize about this kind of people. You know what I mean? This kind of people, they lie. That's why they bring this international language where you see what I mean? All this group of people. They're not common, but they become common for what they believe. You know what I mean? But they're different type of people, but they become common for what they believe. And you see in them, as they're different type of people. Me too, I'm different like some people they have in there. But me, I cannot be common with them because I do not believe or agree on what they believe. You understand? Now, that is where when you check a few of my videos, you're gonna realize I was talking about certain family members are haters, certain friends are haters, certain neighbors are haters, even strangers. You understand? Certain people you cannot trust them. You understand? It's plainly like that. You understand? Now, one day we're gonna talk about these kind of things, but I wanted to let you know. You see, on this earth we live, there's certain people that are born clever, without even attending school or college, education. You know what I mean? Education. When we talk about education, mostly we're talking about school, college, university. You understand? That's why I talk about education. Because education is, you know what I mean? Your parent can educate you, tell you the goods and the bad, you know what I mean? Give you advice and all that. But me personally, when I'm talking about education, I'm talking about the education department, which is the school, the college, the university. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Either primary school, secondary school. You know what I'm trying to say to you? But that's what I'm talking about. No, there's certain people born very clever without attending or being a member or joining this this organization of education like primary school or college, you know what I mean? But they're born clever. But there's certain people they're born dumb. They need that to become clever. But there's certain people they're born dumb, but they have gift by birth. You know what I mean? They got gift by birth. Like some people, you know what I mean? They're good footballers. You know what I mean? Since childhood, they're good. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Some people, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you see certain teenager, they're good on PlayStation. And you see them, they're very young, but when they're playing PlayStation, you know what I mean? They're dangerous. You know what I mean? You could be a big man, you know what I mean? But you cannot do the trick they do. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Now, certain people, you see a toddler, you know what I mean? Somehow a young person, you know what I mean? A teenager, you see a teenager just jump in their father's car, drive it. So, you know what I'm talking about gift. You know what I mean? Certain people, you know what I mean? Since early age, you know what I mean? When you communicate with them, you see intelligence in them. See, this young boy or this young girl, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? He talks or he expresses himself or he explains things or he understands things in the way that he surprises certain people. I mean, on TV, there is a program I think it's called Child Genius. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? Now, I know about the electronic system, they put the TV over there, they're seeing the answer, but they're answering that. But no, I'm talking about the reality business. They certain children, you know what I mean, at early age, they already know the multiplication table. Ask them what is 12 times 12? 144. You know, at a teenager already they know that. But you ask a big man, what is 12 times 12? So they don't know. Truly, you know what I'm trying to say? That is the kind of gift I'm talking about. Some people born with certain gift, either physically or spiritually, or you know what I'm saying, mentally I'm talking about, you know what I mean? But certain people, they need to go to school. Certain people need to go to school. They need to attend the school because they're born dumb. School need to give them things. Even parents at home, mom and dad, you know what I mean? Or even they were raised by uncle or auntie or grandma or whatever. They don't have no baggage of intelligence in their brain. School is going to give them that. That's why that sector is of education. It's very powerful sectors. You understand? It's very powerful sectors because the same as teenager born dumb, certain parents born dumb as well. They don't have nothing to give to their children as intelligence ways. You know what I mean? Educational ways of being intelligent. Parents born dumb, they don't have it. But the school, many teachers, you know, the school sector can give the children, the child that. You know what I'm trying to say to you? But now, what I'm talking about this is because, you see on this planet Earth we live in, no joke, the scientists back in the days, through experimentation, believe me or not, like let's say certain people came from gorilla, certain people came, I don't know from where, I don't know. But certain people look to find who's God. Like the same way atheists or certain people don't believe there is God. But this is the true story. The experimentation. This is the same way you see in medicine development. It's because of experimentation. You know what I mean? In medical sectors. You know what I mean? People experiment. The inside, me back in the days, back in this years ago in this country, I used to watch Greg's Anatomy. There was a program on TV, you know, called Greg's Anatomy. You know what I mean? They showed the inside of human being. The heart, you know, there was a program on TV called Greg's Anatomy. You know what I'm saying? No, you see those kind of people like that program, Greg's Anatomy, those doctors and all that. They have to go through teaching lessons, through classes, through trainings and all that, to understand we human, so they can help us in the needs, in health ways. You know what I mean? They study heart, they become specialists in operating heart, brain, eyes, you know what I mean, legs, you know what I mean, all that. Now, it's the same thing, believe me or not. You know what I mean? I watch it in the documentary of Hitler with the measuring people's eyes, ears, nails, you know what I mean? You know, not trying to say it. No, certain people as well, what they wanted to do is believing in them believing human come from monkey, gorillas. Now, this is a true story. A man slept with a monkey under that experimentation. And I have not proof to give it to you. You know what I mean? But this is what I'm telling you. A man slept with a gorilla. You know what I mean? Under this experimentation. They'll give him money, they'll put him in a power position or whatever. I don't know why he earned. I don't know. But this man put himself in the position of the same way. Before I go there, there used to be a program, Dr. Mosley, Michael Mosley, the program on TV, Dr. Michael Mosley. You see, Dr. Michael Mosley, usually on his program, there's certain people that are volunteering, they're volunteering, volunteers. Those volunteers, they go to Dr. Michael Mosley to do voluntary on Dr. Michael Mosley's experimentation. Sometimes it's about food, sometimes it's about many things, you know what I mean? About sleepless, depressions, and all that. Yeah, me, I'm a fan of that program. But I heard Dr. Michael Mosley is dead, RIP. You know, RIP Dr. Michael Mosley, I miss you. I miss the program. But recently, I think I watched one of it recently, just a couple of weeks ago, less than a month or so. You know what I'm trying to say? Now, this is the kind of things I'm talking about. Those scientists, they put money. This man agreed to sleep with a gorilla. Now, after the man sleep with a gorilla, they create something. That something, this man's closest slept with that something. Then the closest is friends or relative, closest as well. They sleep with the after that something. Now, from the man sleeping with a gorilla to having, let's call it human gorilla. You understand? Now, this overman slept with a human gorilla. Now they have almost close to a human. You know what I mean? Because between human and gorilla, human is gonna overpower gorilla. You know what I'm trying to say to you? We're talking about in the sense of the power of a human creation. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between. That's why man is above animal. Animal comes below man. You know what I'm saying? But when I say man, because they teach us man. But when they talk about man, they don't just talk about a man. They talk about mankind. That means even a woman. You understand? Yeah, let's just say mankind. So between mankind and the gorilla, mankind, yeah. I'm mentioning it properly for no misunderstanding. Mankind doesn't just mean a man, because you're hearing man. Mankind is a human being. You could be a man or you could be a woman. You understand? But you know what I mean? The scientists from the preview, you know, the teachers from the preview, the past time, they call mankind. When they say mankind, it's not just a man. Mankind, woman is a mankind as well. You understand? Or if I want to use the term that's easy, I'm going to say human. Understand that? Then you can understand. When I say human, you can understand man and woman. Now, when this man slept with a gorilla, they create human gorilla. Human gorilla, between inhuman gorilla, humans will overcome the gorilla, even in spirit, because the power of human being above animal. So in human gorilla, human power is beyond the gorilla. So it's almost close to human, the human gorilla. Now, the next person slept with the human gorilla. You understand? They create what? They create nearly human. After human gorilla, almost close to gorilla, you understand? It disappears. It becomes almost close to man, human. You understand? No. After they sleep to almost close to human. Now, sooner or later, no, gorillas disappear is an animal in humanity, in a human. You understand? Because you're gonna see now, human is there. Reverse, you're gonna see this human come from human animal. So there is an animal in this human. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? No, that's why the reason why on this earth nowadays, if you watch the Planet of Apes, you know that movie Planet of Apes? You see certain movie you just think is movie, but certain movie is a story of humanity. The same way you see they do movie about you, about him, about that, about me, about over there. They say this is a true story movie. This is a true story. It's a movie, but it's a true story. You understand? They say the movie. This is just totally fiction, 100% fiction. You understand? But you see, as an example, you see that Planet of Apes. That is what I'm talking about. You understand? No, human from the invisible creation, which whatsoever, nobody on earth knows where we come from. You understand? Nobody on earth, that's the true story. Nobody on earth knows where we come from. Either we come from gorilla or whatever animal, you know what I mean? Or even when you watch the Simpsons, it starts with fish coming out of water, you know what I mean? It starts climbing until you see Homer Simpson. Even if you believe on that. But the truth is, nobody knows where we come from. Because if you go back, the scripture wasn't there, education sector was not there, photograph was not there, camera was not there. So it's hard to trace all this history. You know what I'm saying? This history, you know what I mean? Like the Bible history, the scripture of the Quran and all this history. This came after human creation. Human was already existing. Human was already existing before all this scripture you can read. You know what I mean? So the scripture is powerful. It's just the same as when they tell us, you read the Bible, they say, in the beginning, God created all this and he created human. You see, from that beginning, you understand? So nobody knows where we come from. You understand? But as we growing, people are multiplying, evolution, you know what I mean, numbers going up and up, you know what I mean, we start separating continents, you know what I mean, and all that. That's when intelligence start coming. People start writing in a language that many people across nation can understand. Clever people come up with idea of inventing things like the camera, the TV, you know what I mean, books and all this, you know what I mean? Through all this evolution in life, that's when I'm telling you, human also. The same way I just mentioned Greg's anatomy, I just mentioned Dr. Marco Mose. You know what I mean? All these things is also for the beneficial of Earth. You understand? But you see, under experimentation, you can also die. Because it's an experimentation. Nobody knows if it's gonna work or if it's not gonna work until they succeed on understanding this is the work that we've done and it's proven it works. You understand? Now, but you see, on human animal, a human that has animal because it's a descendant of a fabrication of scientific experimentation from a man sleeping with a gorilla to create descendant of the human gorilla until somebody is looking like a human but is a descendant of human gorilla. So there's an animal in them. You understand? So you may wonder why I keep talking about gorilla. Because why? Because you see, gorilla is the closest animal that are almost equal to human on earth. Gorilla, you see them. Just look at the aspect of a gorilla. As I mentioned, there is a silverback gorilla, there is a white gorilla, there is a gorilla that's orange or brownish. You understand? And there is a black gorilla. You understand? I don't know if there's over gorilla, but as far as I'm concerned, I know there is a silverback gorilla, there is a black gorilla, fully black. You understand? And there is a gorilla that's orange brownish, and there's a gorilla that's white. You understand? If you look on those gorillas, right, you can see these gorillas when they stand up. Even a kangaroo, you can see they got tails. Kangaroo stand up as well. I see kangaroo got tails. We human, do we have the tails? No, we don't know. The same way as you see gorilla. Gorilla do not have the tails. But when gorilla can stand up, you can see gorilla is close to a human. Close to a human. That's why this experimentation I'm talking about, they choose to use a gorilla because it's almost close to a human. He lacks speech. You know what I mean? I don't know if he lacks understanding. I do believe he lacks understanding because he's an animal. I'm talking about understanding the way we human can understand each other. We human cannot understand each other with the gorilla. Sooner or later, the gorilla is an animal, it's not a human. Something is going on. You know what I mean? But anyway, this experimentation that they done, no, they create this being that has animal in them. But certain people always say humans are also animal, because before evolution, you know what I mean, of development, nowadays you can drive a nice car, you can clothe yourself with nice clothes. Back in the days, people were even working as the scripture teaches. People were working, you know what I mean, where we live. Back in the days, you understand? People were walking on foot miles or use the oars. You understand? There was no school. Who's going to teach? There's no school. It doesn't exist. There was no photo camera. There was not a fund. But evolution bring all these things. But you see, this where we are now, full of evolution. That's why you see the world is a bit messed up at this particular moment. Because not everybody you see on Earth nowadays is a human. That I guarantee you that. Not everybody you see walking with 2 legs and 2 arms. You know what I mean? Head, you know what I mean? The human. No. Experimentation. This is the true story. Believe me or not. You know what I mean? The experimentation of understanding everything. You know what I mean? Like in England when they say Big Brother is watching. I mean, we underwatch constantly. You know what I mean? This is what I'm talking about, this experimentation. So, like you see the satellite above us, you know what I mean? Show you the picture of Earth. Everybody on Earth, you know what I mean? They can be seen from a satellite above, from a helicopter passing above with a camera. They can record the streets. Google now, they show us that. Me, sometimes I'm in my house. You know what I mean? I go on Google. I tap the postcode. You know what I mean? Back in the days, couple years ago. Few years, not long ago. Few years ago. Google didn't have now video image on any street. You can only see the map. But nowadays, you know what I mean, when I go on that, there is a video option that you can navigate in the road, seeing property, seeing houses. You know what I mean? Sometimes I put my own postcode and I see my house when on that window there. You know what I mean? I had a beige garden, or yellowish. You understand? Recently I Googled it. You see this view you see here. It wasn't there. About less than a month ago, I Googled it. This wasn't here. You know what I mean? Less than a year ago, I Googled it. This was not here. And I don't think it's there now. I don't know, because I haven't seen the Google coming to take this picture over here. Listen, no, Google didn't have that. You can Google any postcode, you can Google any organization, anything. If you want to see that on the map, you'll be able to see the road and all that, but you won't be able to see even any business, any houses, or even a human. But nowadays Google is developed so fast. You know what I mean? There is an option. I zoom in there. You know what I mean? I come with the mouse. Right now, even on my phone, you know what I mean? I click there, click. You know what I mean? I go to the road, I go to the house, I see property. I can see someone. Sooner or later, you're gonna see it's gonna be live. You come in outside your property, somebody was Googling, they see you coming out, you walking. It is live. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like, because nowadays it's not live. Mostly it's pictures. It's pictures. It's not live. Certain things you see there, like I just say, when I Google my own address, certain things you see in my phone doors here. It's not recorded in Google's video image when I'm checking map and that. You know what I'm saying? But sooner or later you're gonna see it's gonna be like that. But if somebody's Googling me now, is Googling this address of mine now, they can see me standing over here now, and you know what I'm saying? They can see this is a now activity. Sooner or later, because evolution, development. You understand? That's what I want you to talk about. Because I promised certain people that watch my YouTube video that I'm gonna talk about human machine. I call them human machine. Human machine. You know what I mean? Human machine are the results of this experimentation. The rich people, you know what I mean, powerful people that lead us, people that, you know what I mean, government members, you know what I mean, people like that. Even some rich people who are not member of the government, excuse me, who are not member of the government, but who are curious about experimentation, and they put their money in this project, on those projects. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? Now, these people basically done that. When you see the Planet of Apes movie, I'm not telling you that movie is factual, but remember, I just said what? There is movie that I tell you, this movie is true story. It's based on a true story. You understand? So you see, the Planet of Apes, that is, humanity is a concept. It's just a fiction. But even to think of that fiction or that concept, I mean, somebody already is thinking about there could be a human, you know what I mean, human animal instincts or human animal descendant that is like a Planet of Apes, you know what I mean, those gorillas. You know what I mean, it's a movie that I watch Planet of War on the Planet of Apes or something like that. All of few of it. I've been watching. And you see that this movie I think I watched it back in the days, this Planet of the Apes, back in the days. At that time I think I used to watch this movie called Babylon 5. You know, it was like a series, Babylon 5. At that era, I watched this Planet of Apes. So when I saw it recently, I think it was in 2011, it came. I was somewhere, I was in Straight Time. Somewhere in Straight Time. You know, Straight Time, Black Corridor, you know, I'm past Brixton over there. I see a post, you know what I mean, somewhere between that road that goes to Tulsil and that road that goes to Clapham. I see a post over there of this movie, and I realized, I said, this is the movie. I think I watched it, I think it was done in the 1974 or something like that. You know what I'm trying to say to you? But when I saw that post that day, I said, I need to watch this movie because I already watched this movie. I got curious about this movie with animal behavior this way. And when I watched, I was a young man as well, you know what I mean? Because at that time, I was watching Babylon 5. It was my favorite series, Babylon 5. You know what I'm saying? I was watching that constantly. And I think one day I was supposed to watch it, or you know what I mean? I saw this Planet of the Ape movie. So when I saw that post in Straight Time on the road going to Tulsi, I was like, this movie I need to watch it. And that was the first time I saw the 2011 one. I think that was Planet of the Ape. You know what I mean? Or Planet of Apes or something like that. And then there was another one that came, War in the Planet of Apes or something. I watched it there. I even watched it with one guy that used to come to my house here, YAYTCH. He lives in Kennington. You know what I mean? I watch it with him as well. You know what I'm trying to say? So this is a true story. Listen, this man, you know, under those experimentation, you know what I'm saying? To understand how the liver works. Because scientists and medicine need these kind of things. They need to understand how the liver works, because when somebody has a problem with livers, they can kill you. You don't understand how the liver works, they're not going to be able to kill it. No, what they're going to use, they're going to use something like a gorilla. Because on Earth, if you have to choose one animal that's close to a gorilla, the closest, that's close to a human, the closest to a human is a gorilla. It's not a dog. A dog is not close to a human. A dog could be a best friend to a human, but it's not close to a human in the physical aspect. You understand? You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say to you? Because you just watch a gorilla, you can understand. That's why certain people insult certain people, the gorillas. Because the look of it is similar to a human. And you might just think he's a black man. No, it could be a mixed race. It could be a white man as well. You know what I'm trying to say to you? But he's a human. Gorilla is close to, close to even an Asian person. Any human on Earth. You understand? Gorilla, as you see gorilla, is closest to a human. It's closest. Just see a gorilla standing up. You see, this is close to human figures. Now, for that reason, you understand? Even when you see how they care for their children, you see how when they stand up, how they walk. You see the movement, you see everything. You know what I'm saying? They lack speech. They lack speech. That's why the animal, we cannot communicate. You know what I mean? We cannot communicate like I can say to somebody, hello, how are you doing? They say, yeah, I'm alright. If you want to find this kind of things, you have to watch Congo movie with Amy, where they put robotic activity. You know what I mean? They make a sound of it. But I do not believe. You know what I mean? I know that is a fiction. You understand? I know that is a fiction. I know that is a fiction. You know what I mean? But see, that Congo movie, Amy, that Amy activity, you saw the white man having a monkey you know what I mean, and using electronic, trying to befriend the animal, and trying to understand the animal, trying to become friends with the animal, and somehow it seems that they're communicating between them, between a human and the monkey. No, this is the kind of experimentation I'm talking about. Money makes people do anything. Money, you can do many things. Not all everything, because you cannot buy death. You know, just it. You cannot die and buy what they call it, reincarnation. You cannot reincarnate. You know what I mean? You cannot say, I already dead. We see you are dead, and under you sleeping dead. You know what I mean? You make an agreement, and and you wake up. You know what I mean? That is at least anesthetic. You know what I mean? Business. You know what I mean? Anesthetic. You wake up. You know what I mean? But if somebody is pronounced dead, the certificate signed, everything is dead. There's no fee you can do that. I mean, money cannot buy everything, but money can buy many things, can make many things possible. You understand? No, and the money, and the power, and the willingness, and the intelligent people. That's where they put this experimentation in life. When a man who program themselves, who puts themselves in the position to be a volunteer. You know what I mean? It's volunteering. You know what I mean? For this experimentation, slept with a monkey, and they create something. But if I have to put a term or to describe this something, I can just say human animal. No, human animal. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And this human animal. No, I know human one now. What if they created a man human animal? No, but under this experimentation, they needed to create something close to a human. So even if they had a human animal man, they slept with the female one as well, just the same first female gorilla, until they created another human animal gorilla female. You know what I mean? A man with a gorilla creates a human animal female. A human animal female sleep with another man. You understand? No, until you see no, you see somebody's walking, is talking, because under money, these teachers that spend hours, days, months, years, century to teach this human animal. Understand? Not this human, and you have to understand, from having man and gorilla creating human animal, then human animal, the human in the animal is so powerful. You know what I mean? He overcome, he dominated the animal. So it's still human animal, but the human in the animal is a bit above. You know what I'm saying? No, that one slept with a man as well. Either the same man or another man. No, they got, it's still a human animal, but it's getting closer to a human. Because why? Because the power of humanity, being a human, overcome the power of an animal. So even inside the gene of human, you always gonna overcome the animal. You know what I mean? No, for generations, for centuries, for years, they're doing that. No, they got somebody who looks now like a human. You can call it this a human. But you see the difference where I'm gonna end this video is where, you see, as the multiplication progress, as I can mention, the human in the animal, between the human and the animal, the human in the animal overcome the animal. That is logic. That is a logic. That's why even if you got a good dog, it's still an animal. It's to you. You know what I mean? It's not you. It's not the same. If you're a man, you like a man, you think you can replace that to an animal. No, it's not the same. Or if you're a woman, you like a woman, if you can replace her to an animal. No. Or you're a man who like a woman, if you can replace a woman to an animal. No. Or you're a woman who like a man, if you can replace that love or that feeling or that communication you see down. You know what I'm trying to say? Between human and human is different matters. Between human and animal is a different matter, but human dominates. Human is the dominance. You know what I mean? Because human, you know what I mean? We equal to nothing. Above all creation on earth, humanity with the owners. of all gorillas, lion, even a lion, as angry it can be, it can kill a human. You know what I mean? It can kill a human or any animal you can compare. Even building, that's what I say. Life, the soul is most important than anything on earth. Even above money. That's why you see. You can be as rich as you can be. You know what I mean? But certain people don't care about your money, but they care about you because you're a human. Money is worthless. Human can make money. Money cannot make human. The same as you see on this experimentation. No. As the multiplication progress, as human can overcome the soul of animal in the human animal. But what I want to conclude is what? You see, in the beginning, as I said, under the creation of humanity, under the creation of humanity, nobody is aware of what makes us human spiritually. Because human sleeping with a man, a human sleeping with an animal, even the human can put themselves in a position of human creation. It's not human creation to you and I, because we too were human creation like he is. But to the human sleeping with a gorilla, they create a human animal. Or you're sleeping with any animal you can imagine. No, they create a human animal. No, you see that human that slept with that animal to create a human animal is God, or is the creator of that existence. But it's not the creator of you and I. To us and him, we equal. We all gonna agree where we came from. You see, but you see, to the result of that human sleeping with animal, that existence that they created, that human can overcome that existence by saying, I created you. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? You understand? When he sleeps with an animal, or when she sleeps with an animal, they reverse it now. No, you see the results that they created. The person, the human who slept with the animal, is the creator of the next generation existence of what he done. But him or her as a human, when he returned himself to us, you and I, we equal. No, he's not our creation. We are not his creation. We all together, we're gonna wonder where is our creation? Who created us? And as I said to you, nobody on earth as a human knows where they start beginning, where it was the beginning, where was the foundation of human existence on this planet Earth. No, certain people say it's mother and father, but mother and father has their father and mother as well. No, if you go back, that's where I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Past the greatest. You're always gonna find out. You keep going, and until you find out history never wrote anything, because there was no book at the time. Nobody ever let us know where that man came from. Scientists always give example. There was a big bang there. A man dropped from the sky there. A man was from a gorilla. You know what I mean? A man was from this animal. A man was from, there was a god or there was not a god. It's an argument that will never end. That's where I believe that. You see, the result end of a man with a gorilla. It means what? It means now some being, a being. Yeah. When I say some being, I'm talking about in the case of a woman who done that or a man who done that. No, those being, that human being, is the creator of the result of these people I'm calling human animal. You see them as human by the animal. Their creator is the person who first slept with the animal to create all that generation. And the difference now is what? As they can stand, because the time passed, or they've been too well, or you know what I mean, or the scientists put hard work. No, they look like a human after multiplication, after reproduction. Yeah, after reproduction, multiplication, this one sleep with this one. No, the power of animals losing is dropping. But even if you stand there at 99% as a human, you're still not a human. Because the human creator of yours is not God. To overhuman is perhaps we cannot blame or we can congratulate. Perhaps we can blame or we cannot congratulate. But he or she is the creator of this existence. But when we go to him, the creator of you see the human. The creator of we, you see they were human, mom and dad. And the creator of all of us, after passing mom and dad, their ancestors and all that, is unknown. But the creator of this existence that this or those people created by mingling or mixing with animal. You know what I mean? They God is this creator. So they know you. They're not human. You can put work, you can the argument is there. You understand? That's the argument. And today I want you to say that. Now to the scientists around around the world. Now I want to tell you. You see the machine human you created. That is another part of destroying this world. Now, you see the people that create money, the people that print money, the people that give you money to do all these objects and to do all this business. No, at the end of the day, perhaps you live well, or perhaps you don't live well as well. But at the end of the day, we all on this planet Earth. You man machine or your human machine, you know what I'm saying? Who are so called created human by a human with an animal or with another gene of mix or whatever. As certain people like me, I know they're not human. You also know you're not human because you know what you put, you know the work you've done to make them. But compare them to the work they put on you for your existence. Sooner or later you're gonna find out. Even your father, your mom, you're going to go by, you're gonna find out. Even them, they don't know who you are. So that argument is where we can say yes, we are human. We are human. We are known. Our existence is unknown. Our existence, creation. Our existence, the existence in the beginning that created us is unknown. The creator of you and I, scientists and I, all of these human people, that we are descendants of human. Nobody knows what made us be. But you scientists and personally, me, I know you created this. So who you created this? When you a human like me, when I'm a human like you. No, between you and I and you, we're human. So between you and I and this, who's this? He's not a human. You understand? That was for human unknown existence in the beginning. Human unknown existence in the beginning. When I said I'm gonna talk about machine human. Machine human. I don't even want to call him man-made. Because certain women, you know what I mean, it's work as well. You know what I mean? Certain man, you know what I mean? They already know what I'm talking about. Certain women know what I'm talking about. You understand? Oh, no, I'm going to describe to you. Now I believe you understand. Now, excuse my English, I'm not the English, but hopefully you understand. You understand? So human, as much work as money can be spent, as the best teacher can teach, as the most carer can take care of a creative human animal who are descendants of animal and the human. Is not a human, is a destructor, is a machine man. He or she is a machine man. Now, I'm not there with the scientists. I don't participate on this creation. I don't participate on this process. But the result of it, Me, sometimes I wonder when I see certain people, and they say certain people lack education. They miss college, they miss this, and they lack gift from God, from birth. Totally, they lost. Okay. But certain people do have it. No, see this group of people, like they have it or they don't have it. As human, you could be dumb, or as human, you can be very clever. A human will understand that. It's simple. You can be as clever, well taught, or you can be not clever. You can never have a gift. Yeah? You can never be educated. You understand? But a human will know this is a human. Perhaps he just didn't be taught. Perhaps he hasn't been educated. Perhaps I can't find anything interesting in this human. Perhaps I cannot find what is useful that I can get or I can gain from this human. But as a human, I understand this is a human. I can put them in the group of being dumb, be very clever, be stupid, lacking respect, having no manners. But I know he's a human. You understand? But you see, the result of a human are an animal. The same way I or you or over human can understand this is not a human. Because there is certain things in us human. Either you're educated, not educated, regardless of your criteria, but you are a human. It's easy to understand certain things in a human being that makes a human. It is easy to understand something in the existence of the creation of a man and an animal that makes machine made. The attitude, the manners, the speech, the smile, the understanding. There's so many things that you understand. This is not a result of a creation of humanity. This is machine-made or man-made, robot human, or existence of descendants of human and animal creation. Simple stuff. You understand? That's why people like me, I do understand education is important. That's why it hurts me when I see people in war, their children lacking, especially education, food, and all that. And all those things that they lack. You know what I mean? It contributes to their existence and to their progression, development in humanity, beneficial matters or ways, or you know what I mean? You see children, you know what I mean? They never go to school. You know what I mean? No. I can understand that this is just a dumb person, never been educated. You understand? Simple stuff. But when you create when a human sleep with animal, they create a human animal, you know what I mean, until we find this is 99% human animal, 99%. That human instincts, that human sense in them, we can see that physically. We can also see the animal sense in some physical human looks like. This person is not about lacking education. This person is a descendant of an animal, because I understand attitude. I understand. I think to me, I sense it spiritually. I sense it spiritually. It's like when we were children, me personally, when I was a child. Yeah, me when I was a child. There will be moments. This is a true story, and I'm gonna talk about something very important when I say this. Me as a child, there's certain people, when I look at them, I do remember now as grown up I am. I know, like, I didn't feel good being next to this person. I didn't feel good seeing this person. This person didn't touch me. This person didn't give me nothing. We didn't communicate. But as a child, I was. when I'm next to somebody, I just know like, I don't feel good next to this person. The example I'm gonna give you is true. Me, many occasions I've been around. Once, I'll give you just once. There was a woman once in my life. I was in the bus 436 from Camberwell. Right? I jumped in the bus, I sat down there. It was this baby laughing at me. Looking at me, just looking at me and laughing. You know what I mean? Me myself, as I was sitting there, as the baby started laughing, there was people watching the baby watching me as well. You understand? Me myself, I felt good. I felt good. I felt like, that means this baby is positivity, energy in me. That makes this baby just look at me and laughing. You understand? Once I was in the bus, I can't remember what bus it was. Just in Camberwell as well. There was I even gave a flower. I was coming from my house in Camberwell. I saw a flower. Sadly, happily, I just decided to take that flower. A tree was growing a flower, or some flower growing in the tree or something. I take it, I cut it off, I take that flower. I'm walking with it in my hand. I was going some places. I think I was going to buy a TV in East Street Market, if I'm not wrong. But if I'm wrong, maybe I just forget. But I think that day I was going to buy a TV in East Street Market. If not, it's not the day, maybe another day. But I saw that flower next to some Indian shop as well. You know what I mean? There was a lady over there, you know, next day, not far away from there. I saw the flower growing there. I just cut that flower. And I carried it in my hand until I jumped on the bus. And I gave it to one lady, one mixed-race girl. Once I was in Camberwell, I saw she's getting in some property. I don't know if she lived there. You know, but I saw that lady. That was after. You know what I mean? But when I saw that there, I just remember. So this is the lady, the woman I gave the flower in the bus. With her. So but you see that day when with my flower, I jumped in the bus, yeah? And I gave it to that lady there, who was so after many years or more ago. You know what I mean? After that, I gave it to that lady. But I can't remember if it was before I gave her or after I gave her. But I do believe it was before. It was after I gave her. There was a lady there with prom or a push, a baby sitting there, a young boy, maybe less than a couple years. I told that, you know, this dude called me daddy. And his mom said to me, no, this is not your daddy. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Other day in Navasina. So this is a true talk. The same thing I was talking about. This is just an example to tell you, you know, how human can understand machine made, machine human. Because me personally myself, I'm telling you that, you know what I mean? I know. Even as a grown up now, I know when I see certain people, just know that this is trouble. You know what I mean? It's like a civilian seeing a soldier. You already know, you see the uniform, you see this is a soldier. You see a policeman, you already know this is a policeman. It could be fake police or normal police or you know what I mean, loyal, legit police. But with the uniform and all that, you just know this is a police officer. You don't trust it. This is a soldier. You know what I mean? This is an army man. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. It's the same as, you know what I mean? The child in the bus see me and just say, don't like baby. Just look at me, I'm sitting there. And the baby start laughing. From nothing. The baby start looking at me and laughing at me. I have to wave the baby. And the baby is laughing. I was just like, there must be an energy I project to this baby that he feels comfortable. He feels happy. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say to you? The same way as all these animals, so you know something there, you see this creation that you create. I know you create these people for war. You know, for war, you know what I mean? Anti-Semitic business, for oppression business, you know what I mean? You use this kind of people. But this kind of people you created, because you surround yourself with people that print money, that creates money, you can chill with people like that. You can be in your bungalow or in your mansion, you know what I mean, somewhere, and people can, you know what I mean, cannot reach, you know what I mean, the island or somewhere, you think, you know what I mean, you're well protected, you're safe. But you see, among most of the people in many nations, this creation you created causing people chaos. Because what? the animal sense in this so-called machine human is against human. Is against human. Because the animal sense in this body looks like a human. Is chaosing the human. Because the sense of an animal as powerful as a sensible thinking way of a human can be, the sense of the sense of an animal understanding is lost. An animal is an animal. You can teach an animal well, but sooner or later you're just going to see this is the animal. Listen, this is the animal. You understand? It's like a baby. It's like a toddler. Put the toddler on the floor. Sit down there. Play. The toddler can smash the TV. The toddler can be eating for a biscuit, to pick it up and eat it again. The toddler can even go to open the tap, leave the water there. Sometimes I see that rain, water pots, or they call it pots or food pots or whatever. You know, all these pots of water there. I see them many times. I'm going, you know, I'm rain, you know, I'm children going to school or whatever. You see them, they're supposed to walk, you know, but they come to the water. They mess me inside the water. So like, is it toddler, you know, he's a young man, you know, he doesn't understand that he's messing his trousers, he's doing this. He's just a young man, you know. But you see this animal machine man, this machine man is not about that. This machine man suffer mentally in themselves. They suffer mentally. You can see somebody's lacking happiness. You know what I mean? Somebody's lacking happiness. Somebody's lacking happiness with everything they can have. They lacking happiness. You can see that somebody, it's hard for somebody to smile. You can see that somebody is smiling when there is no such a thing to smile about. You can see that somebody is very angry without anybody provoking this person. You can see that somebody is sad without nothing to be sad about. You see, all this creation of human animal, or this machine man. Today I wanted to talk about that. You know what I mean? That's why I see this movie. You see this movie, like this movie I'm talking about, the Congo, Amy monkey. You see like Planets of the Apes. You know what I mean? I feel that the 3 or 4 series of this kind of thing. You see, me, I've been watching it since back in the days. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? All this kind of thing. But nowadays, you know, it's proven. And nowadays, even certain people, you know what I mean? They start going to plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery, plastic surgery, or this. You know what I mean? They want their faces to be like something. It's because of this kind of thing. I know we're confused. You know, but you men across the world, across the universe, all nations, you know what I mean? Be calm, be happy, and live peacefully. You know what I mean? But today I just want to talk about. You need to think about this kind of thing. You know what I mean? Sooner or later, when I have no, I'm not gonna say this, but I'm gonna say this. Sooner or later, when I realize, I think I found one machine man, machine human. I'll talk with you on this matter with an example. Okay. Because right now I can pinpoint. And say this one I think is one of them. That one I think. But you know what I mean? I don't want to be in trouble in case perhaps they are descendants of a human. I say they'll be like I'm insulting them or I don't know whatever. But to clarify, it's 1 hour 8 minutes. I got 2 minutes to end this video. To clarify is this: adoption, foster care, war zone, children, abandoned children, all these kind of, you know what I mean, young children born and growing without knowing their parents and things like that. You scientists and you army and you money makers and money greedy and government leaders and all that. This is where my inspiration comes from. Because certain children we don't know who they are descendants of. Certain children we don't know who are their ancestors. That's what to my people I always talk about who I am. It's just to prove the point of my existence on earth. You know what I mean? That I am a descendant of human. Listen. You understand? Listen. This is what it is. This is the truth. You understand? This is the truth. Listen. So certain people, they're born, they don't know where their father, their mother, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? There's nothing I can do about that, but hopefully, you know what I mean? Query.